everyone, it is Eunagina here, and welcome to part 6, the grand finale of this Vampire Mecha Mansion speed build series. It has been rather long, I know, but I have had a ton of fun making this, and I hope you guys have also enjoyed the series so far. So this is going to be the last episode, guys. I'm going to finish up the entire build, and then we are going to have a look at, or a tour of the house. I'm not going to do the usual screenshots that I do with builds. I am going to do more of a sort of tour with some cinematic shots, sort of like what I've done with the introduction of this entire series, only I'm going to be doing voiceover there. So that is what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be having a look at all the rooms. Also the rooms that I did decorate off camera, because there were a couple of them, or a few of them, smaller rooms that I didn't find was as important to be showing me decorating those, but I thought at least you should be able to see them, so they are there in the final shots, so you'll be able to see them there. So yeah, today we're going to be, my voice just went really high there. Today we're going to be doing this, the Great Hall, or whatever you want to call this, in the basement or in the crypts. We're just going to finish up that. We started it last episode, but we're also going to be decorating the little side rooms in this great hall where the vampires are going to be sleeping. There are going to be coffins there, and they're sort of, you can just glimpse it, take a glimpse of it a little bit. And yeah, every vampire down here is going to have their own little sort of room. It's not really a room because it's not closed off, but you know what I think you know what I mean. I hope so. So they're going to have their own little space there with their coffin, and then they've probably decorated it the way that they thought was nice. And yeah, I thought those rooms were very cool. And then we're going to move on to the wine cellar, where I have cut past quite a little bit of that because it is a lot of repetitive work. You'll see it when we get there. And then I am also going to be showing you the main bedroom down here in the basement, where I am imagining that a really powerful vampire maybe will be sleeping. I don't know. If you feel like they should be in a coffin, you can just replace the bed with a coffin. There is a bed in there, but either way. So the other thing I'm also going to be doing is then making the lounge here in the crypts. There's also a lounge upstairs, as you remember, but there is also going to be one down here. And that is pretty much the end of it. So that is pretty cool. I am looking forward to showing you guys the final result of this mega build. And I think the next few videos will probably be a little bit of a smaller builds probably, but I will be doing more mega builds in the future. I am going to try and see if I can't keep those a little shorter than this. I probably can. Maybe I can speed it up a little bit more. I don't know. I think you guys can tell me whether you think I should try and speed up my videos a little more. I mean, I was a little new when I started this, so I wasn't sure how much I could speed it up before it would start looking a little bit annoying to the eye, to be looking at too much twisting and turning in super speed. But I could definitely try and speed it up a little more in the future, and hopefully that'll sort of reduce the length of this series a little bit. But either way, I think it's been pretty okay, even though it's been a long series. I think it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. I can see a few of you have at least enjoyed it, so that is very nice to know. Got a few people commenting regularly. That is very nice of you guys. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you guys being a little active on my videos. That makes me very happy, so thank you for that. So here we're just decorating one of the spaces for one of the vampires. I'm thinking these 2 rooms, the one I just decorated and then this one, are going to be the rooms that the more powerful vampires are going to be sleeping in. They have the nicest coffins that you can find, and they also have all their very nice flooring tiles, patterns and marble and all these very luxurious things. So I wanted to show off their sort of rank a little bit. I am imagining it to be, you know, vampires that have that master vampire rank or whatever, that'll be sleeping in this area. And then all the way at the end of this entire grand hall, I am going to be putting a couple of a couple of smaller coffins. No, not smaller, but, you know, less expensive coffins with a little bit less glamour around them or whatever. So I'm trying out a lot of small things here, as you can see, just trying out some structural details as always. I quite like this little room that I made here, and I think I do go with this. I think that thing I put on the floor, is that from City Living? I think it is from City Living. The sort of, I don't even know what to call that, the sort of stony texture that I put as a rug on the floor. I think that looks pretty cool. There's a word for that and I totally know it, but I cannot forget it. I cannot remember it. So many fails. No, but anyways, I think it looks pretty cool. And I tried out so many patterns in this room, but I ended up just not having any floor tile pattern. I just used black marble, and then I used that sort of rug to make it look like it was a nice little texture on the floor. I really wish I could remember the word for these types of things. But anyways, whatever. Putting a couple of tombstones in front of the coffins, by the way. I do that with all the coffins. I'm imagining that the vampires will be very proud of their little tombstones. It'll sort of remind them of the day that they died and became a vampire. So they'll probably be proud of that. The ancient ones will be proud to show them, oh, look, I became a vampire before you even started counting the years. So that's pretty cool. I think I do change some of the tombstones to the what's it called? There's like custom tombstones for the vampires with sort of bats on it and everything, and I didn't realize that. I found them in the hidden objects area. I found those and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool, and I think I might replace them there, but I'm also not sure. Maybe I tried to replace them and then they turned into an urn and I was like, oh, I can't use them inside, so I used them outside instead, actually, I think, if I remember correctly. So what I'm just doing here, these 4 rooms, 2 on either side, there are not going to be coffins in here. I'm going to be making some nice little sort of water fountain thing going on in these areas, in these 4 areas. I thought that looked pretty cool, but what I was telling you guys some while ago is you can definitely fit in 8 coffins in this crypt, and that's because you can just delete these areas. I mean, you don't have to have these water fountain areas here. I just think they look pretty cool, but if you want to have coffins there, you could just delete the whole water fountain thing and put a coffin there instead, and then you will have 4 extra coffins, and I've already made room for 4 coffins down here, so that would make 8. So you would have room for a full family of vampires in here without any problem. So I am just trying to make this look as creepy as possible. I am loving this gargoyle and then placing it like halfway through the wall so it looks like it's coming out of the wall. I thought that looked pretty cool, and then using like the fountain thing to make it look, I'm using the fish fountain thing, I think, and then placing it inside the gargoyle to make it look like the gargoyle is the one spitting out water, because I thought that was very fitting for the crypts like this. And then I'm also I think I was giving the light a little bit of a green glow to make it look a little extra spooky. And I actually started doing all of these rooms individually, thinking that I had to do that, but then I remembered with city living what we got these this tool where if you target a room, you can click on a sort of copy room button and it'll copy the room and you can place the room in a different place. So you will have two of the same exact rooms, and that was very useful here. I forgot that when I started doing it, but then I remembered, and that saved me a lot of time, so I could just copy the rooms all 4 places and they would all be the same without any problem. So here I am just trying to make the room of one of the smaller vampires, not smaller, the less prestigious vampires. I am trying to make it look like these little less powerful vampires' tombs don't look as glamorous as the ones near the altar. They are not as old, and by not as old I don't mean that they're like 1 year old. They're definitely probably at least 50 years old or something, but they have a smaller or less glamorous area to decorate, and it's not as private because, you know, you can see there's a door to the right. That one leads into the wine cellar, so there'll be sort of people walking by all the time here, whereas the other very powerful vampires will be having a little bit more of a private space up there where they can slumber in peace without anyone walking by. So yeah, that was what I was going for, and I think it worked pretty well. It did look like it sort of showed the rank of the vampires quite a bit, so I thought that was pretty cool. And I am still drinking my morning coffee, so give me a moment, I just want to take a sip. That's good. Very nice. I just got up a little while ago. It hasn't been that long since I got up. It probably has by the time that I'm uploading this video, but right now I am still doing my morning routine with my morning coffee and all of that, and I thought it was a very nice day to start off my day with a little bit of audio recording for my video, so that is very nice. I think I will also be working a little bit on my next project today. Probably, I think, maybe it'll be my little Copenhagen-inspired cafe. I'm not sure if that will be my next video. I am working on one of those, and I don't think it'll be that long before I'm done with it. So perhaps that one will be my next video. I'm not sure, but we shall see. There will be many things to come, that's for sure. This little woodworking table, what I was actually thinking with that was, it was more like an interrogation table for the vampires. And as always, sorry that I'm a little gross and a little creepy things that I'm putting in here, but you know, whatever. I like it. That's my type of vampire. I keep saying that, I know, but I like it. It's an interrogation table, guys. Sorry, but it's there. But of course you can just pretend that it's a woodworking table. Actually, you don't have to pretend. It's me who have to pretend. You can just look at it as a woodworking table if you want to. If you would like to have a carpenter vampire, why not? Why not, guys? Why not? So this is the master bedroom, or whatever you want to call it. Actually, I think this is my favorite bedroom. I think it's very cool with this sort of circular or octagonal shape that I gave it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a very luxurious bedroom, I think, and it turned out pretty cool in the end. I actually really liked the furnishing and the flow of the room. It felt very sort of natural, and I don't know, I think it's a very nice room. I think it worked out really well. So yeah, I'm sure you guys will love it too. I mean, I don't know if you will. I hope you will. You can tell me if you will, or if you do. Don't make any sense sometimes. So anyways, I think it looks pretty grand with that bed just in the middle of the room overlooking the rest of the room. And I am loving these glamour stuff. I think it's from the glamour stuff, isn't it? Those very tall mirrors. I love them so much. I think they are very, very pretty. And you know, we have these other more modern frameless mirrors that are also possible to make wall height, but I think these ones with the frame just really fit very well in these vampire builds, so I was very happy with those. So yeah, very cool. And I'm making a little study spot for the vampire who's living in here. She'll probably want to be spending a lot of time in her own little luxurious bedroom. And I liked using this shelf because look, it sort of looks like it makes a little enclosed kind of study room, like it's a little roof for her desk. I think it looks very cozy. I really like that. I really like that idea. It was just sort of a random idea that came to my mind. I was trying to make some sort of shelving above there, and all of a sudden it sort of looked like it was a little roof for the study space, and I thought it looked really cool. And I liked putting these tea sets on the makeup table. I was just sort of thinking that it would probably be plasma that were in those cups, served very formally and nicely in a tea set by the butler. The poor butler having to serve plasma for the vampires. I feel sorry for that poor butler who has to live in those terrible worn down butler quarters and serve plasma for vampires, and he's just, you know, a poor human who's stuck here. Poor guy. I love these curtains so much with the sort of sheer see-through fabric in between. I did end up deleting them from there, I think. I don't think I'll put them back, but I really like it, and I also think it looks pretty cool in front of mirrors, because you can see the mirror through the fabric, and I think that's pretty cool. I love screens. I just think they look so fabulous. I mean, if you have a screen in your home, then you're definitely fabulous. I mean, you are pretty awesome if you have a screen. I would like to have a screen. I would like to have room to have a screen. I definitely don't have room to have a screen in my current house. There is no room at all. But I think they're pretty cool. Although this one probably will not actually, you know, do anything because you can easily see through it. So if you get changed, it won't really do much. But, you know, it's just for show. It looks pretty fabulous, so, you know, why not? And I deleted it, apparently. I didn't even remember that. I thought it sort of looked a little cluttered to have it there. I was trying to just put on some wallpaper on the outer walls of the basement. I know that is completely kind of pointless, but I feel like when you are looking at the basement, it looks nicer if you see it from the outside, that there is also the same brick texture on the outside of the basement. Just, I don't know, it just looks more complete if you put some wallpaper out there as well. So that is that. This is the wine cellar, guys, and I spent a ton of time on this. I am putting up a lot of old looking shelves. So, and then I'm going to be putting all of these wine barrels, as you can see, or I'm imagining it to be wine barrels, not beer or anything. But I am putting all of those on the shelves, and I cut past most of that because I did not think that was necessary. And I'm also going to cut past me placing bottles everywhere. As you can see, I have now placed several layers of them and it only took one eternity to place, so I did not think that was very interesting to look at. Certainly wasn't very interesting to do. But I am a completionist and I am a perfectionist, and I just needed it to be there because I thought it would look awesome. And these wine racks, I really like those. I think they're from Dine Out or something. I'm not sure, actually. But I really liked those, but my problem with them was that they looked a little bit modern, because they were so sort of square and didn't have any detailing on it. So I ended up using all these cupboards and shelves to sort of make them part of a bigger piece of furniture that looked a little more ornamental, and I think that worked out pretty well. I mean, now it looks like it's part of the furniture, and it's not like this modern wine rack. It's more on par with the rest of the build and how the rest of the build looks. And now we are on to the completely lost it there, the lounge. We're on to the lounge in the basement. We do have a lounge upstairs, I know, but you know, they should also have a place underground, I think, where they can entertain themselves a little bit when they're waiting for the sunlight to go away. So that's why I thought I would have a basement here too, with a nice piano and then some nice sofas, and I do love layering these coffee tables to form a star shape. I think it looks very cool. And I put this darts board inside this room, as you can see on the wall. And I know it sort of looks like it's a little bit digital or electronic because it's got these digital numbers to keep score. And I thought, I don't know if that really fits the bill because I don't want any technology. But on the other hand, I thought it was the sort of thing that I could imagine vampires do, just sort of lazily throwing darts at somewhere while waiting for the stupid sunlight to disappear so that they can go outside and have some fun. So that was what I was going for with the darts thing. And I realized I hadn't put any spider webs in this entire wine cellar, and I thought, oh my god, there will be so many spiders here, I need to have spider webs everywhere. So I just went back to put some spider webs there. And I also put cages in here in this lounge, as you can see. That is sort of along the lines of the idea I had with the other lounge, where you put a couple of humans in there and have a drink when you are thirsty. So that was why they're there. And that looks pretty creepy. And here are the screenshots, or whatever you want to call them. A little look at the outside of the building, and the mother fairy trapped on a balcony. Some very creepy tombs with the candles around them. And more tombs. That is actually the vampire tomb that I wanted to place on the inside in the crypts, but it turned into an urn, so it didn't work out. So I placed it out there. I think it looks very cool. Here's the dining room and the little kitchen with the cauldron, and then we'll move on to the plasma garden. Very nice little indoor garden. I don't think I decorated this on camera, it's just a little toilet. And here is the little room where the vampires will get locked into it if they are not behaving sufficiently vampire-ish. And this is the little shrine that is inside the ballroom, where I apparently lost the footage of that, but yeah, there's like a little shrine there. And here you actually have a little glimpse of Lilith in her dark form, just, making herself look a little fabulous. And this lovely bathroom, I love it so much. And that is actually Lilith in her human form. You saw a glimpse of on the couch there with the very white dress. That is her. So yeah, I used a few CC items for her, as you could probably see. I do use CC a lot for my Sims, I just don't use it for my builds ever. But I do like using it for my Sims. And you just saw a little glimpse of the arts room that I made. I didn't do that on camera either, but it's right next to the grand office. There's like a little room where there's some art supply and an easel if you have a very artsy vampire. There's another shot of the mother fairy because you sort of enter that balcony from the ritual room that I was showing before. Lots of clocks, need lots of those. And I love this little abandoned children's room. This is also one of the rooms you didn't see. It's just a small study, and here's a small fireplace room and a little sort of fill a lounge room with some piano and sofas. Those are all rooms that I decorated off camera because I didn't feel like they were particularly interesting to look at while decorating. So yeah, here's a little glimpse of the butler's quarters. Not much to show off there. It's in pretty bad shape. The poor guy has to live a pretty sad life in there. This is Lilith's very bright and light bedroom where she'll bring all her victims. And, you know, that's all good. And then that's her baby Spawn in there, who's going to be sleeping in there. And this is just a nice shot of the crypts. And this is the first Master Vampire's tomb and the second Master Vampire's tomb. I love this one. I think that one was very pretty. And this is the little decorative areas in between the vampire rooms. One of the sad vampires and the wine cellar. Oh my god, this wine cellar was horrible to decorate. And this is the final product of the lounge that I'm showing off here. I think I lost some footage of the very end of decorating the lounge, so if you think it looks slightly different, that's why. I added in some more items and I thought I had finished, but apparently I didn't get all the footage of the last few items I put in. But anyways, guys, that was the end of this grand finale of my Vampire Mecha Mansion Speedbuild series. I really, really hope you enjoyed this because I thought it was so much fun and it turned out so great. I hope you like this this build. I am going to be uploading it now. So it will be there by the time the video is out, so yay, you can go and download it and your vampires can live in it. So I really hope you will like that. But anyways, guys, if you want to connect with me, you can always connect with me on Twitter or on Facebook. Just look for @Eunagina on both platforms. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment letting me know what you thought of this entire series and perhaps tell me what you would like to see next. But either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and see you soon.